Hey guys, so in this layout, I'm going to scrapbook that photo you see in the upper right hand corner there. And it is a photo of my five nieces and nephews, and they're on Skype. So you see the backs of the heads of the three that were with us in Maryland, and you see the faces of the two that were on the computer in Kentucky. And I'm using this red pattern paper that I'm using for my background there is from the May 2013 Studio Calico Kit. And of course, all of the supplies will be listed on my blog post for this layout. And I wanted very much to just use up the scraps from the previous three Studio Calico kits that I've gotten February, March, and April. So I'm laying these all out here to see how I can layer them to get rid of a lot of these scraps. And I swear there are some serious people out there who do process videos that use their scraps, and it's fantastic. And I have never been one to be able to do that well. So I'm giving it a try here. And I said that background paper, it looks very red on the screen here, but it's really like a orangey pink, if that makes any sense. So I'm using this chevron brown paper for the background, and you know me, I really love that arrow paper. I'm still trying to use it in as many layouts as I can. So I want to layer that down the side there. And what I end up doing here is I'm going to take strips of all of these pattern papers, including this one here, and I didn't have enough of that one to do a full strip down the whole pattern paper, but you know, there are ways around that. So I cut it in half and made it look like there was a strip back there. And I really like the way this set up. It's a very different sort of layout for me. It turns out at the end, when you look at this layout, to be a very me kind of layout, but it started out with this paper placement that is very odd for me. I mean, it is layering pattern paper over pattern paper. And what I'm going to find as I layer this all down, so I'm using, like I said, they're all scraps except for the background paper. And I have this big mess of they're not like layered, you know. I just place them on top of one another. So it's very weird, this little section here. I'm getting the most out of that, and I have one little strip left of that arrow paper, and it will show up on a layout, I promise. So now I'm looking, and I think now that I'm happy with the way this looks, and as I cut this Echo Park paper right here, I realized that I really wish I had matted this photo and the mats that are underneath the photo on some of this softer colored paper. So it's like a light blue. It's like an aqua blue. And I thought I would just use strips of it to put it at the top and the bottom to kind of demark to kind of mark where, you know, those pattern papers ended. And as I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, but now I need something on the other side. So and I'm like, oh, do I have enough of that paper? Well, it turns out, and I'm sorry that this skipped ahead a little bit, but it turned out that I actually had that Echo Park collection, All About a Boy. So I was able to go, the scraps that you saw came out of the Studio Calico kit, but I had a full piece of that 12 by 12 paper, so I was able to cut that out and use it for a mat for these top layers of my photos. That blue label is from the Studio Calico kit for May, and then this word happy, I don't know, it's from some die cut. It's a cardboard, not cardboard, chipboard die cut that I got, you know, a long time ago. So right now I'm off looking for other things that I can add, and that So Fun sticker there is from that Echo Park All About a Boy sticker sheet. So, and I have run off for quite some time here. I don't know where I am, but I think I'm over in my embellishment part of my room, and I'm looking for embellishments for this layout because I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do. So I come back, and I have all of these wood veneers that are in speech bubbles. And so I decide, since they're talking and I have a hard time using speech bubbles, I decide here that I would like to use up that one's, it says what's up, that speech bubble. And then you see that star banner that I laid down the right side there. That also came from the All About a Boy Echo Park sticker sheet pack, or the alphabet stickers, one or the other. And then these resin stars came from the Studio Calico kit, and someone said they were from Lawn Fawn. Not Lawn Fawn. Freckled Fawn. Yes, Freckled Fawn. And so I'm not sure that they are or not, but they came in the Studio Calico kit. And that little round blue embellishment is from Basic Gray. I think it's from the Oxford collection. It was from their pins or something like that. And I'm using more of these resin stars up the side there. And they're kind of hard to see on video, but they actually show up quite well in real life. So And then what I was saying was I had all of these. I'm going to use, oh, let me back up. Getting ahead of myself. I have these wood veneer shapes that came in the Studio Calico kit, and they're letters. And you can see what I'm doing. I wrote what I wanted to title the layout on the back of my foam adhesive, so I knew, like, going spelling backwards how to do this. And I was going to title this layout Catching Up with Skype, but I changed the title to Catching Up Over Skype because I felt like saying Catching Up with Skype made it sound like I was catching up with Skype. You know, I was having a conversation with Skype and not using Skype to catch up with cousins. And I don't know. It was late at night, and that's my thought process and why I changed the title of this layout. So it went from catching up with Skype to catching up over Skype. So I think it's a little more clear. I'm not sure. But that's what I'm using as the title, Catching Up Over Skype. And I remember this time to save space for where my P is going to hang down, but didn't do that for the G. So I just smushed the G in there a little bit, and probably should have planned that a bit better, but it works out okay. I like where I actually really like this whole layout, as a matter of fact, so it'll probably be the ones I get the least likes for, who knows, but I actually, at the end, it's kind of busy and it kind of has a lot going on, but I do, at the end, really like this layout. It's just kind of out of my comfort zone, which is always good. So I'm finishing up putting these wood veneer letters down, and I'm using Tombow Mono Multi Glue there to put these down. And the worst part of it is that by the end of it, your fingers, or my fingers, because I'm a complete and utter disaster, get so sticky that the letters won't come off my fingers. So I pulled out some of these labels that came in the Studio Calico kit, and I wanted to use that camera that came in those Amy Tangerine for Studio Calico stamps that came in the kit that month. And I was looking for what color of ink I wanted to use, and I really like, I'm actually going to stamp it on one of those labels and decide that's the wrong color. So I'm going to go get another one and I'll try that one out. And I really like Colorbox Fluid Chalk ink, even though it stains your stamps. So beware of that if you're going to use it. I really do like the Colorbox Chalk ink for clear stamps, but I also have these Versacolor. Um, One of those is a Versacolor, and the other one is a, what do you call that one? It's a Memento Dewdrop. And I thought that the Memento Dewdrop really worked with these. And it's called, I don't know what the color is, but it will be in the description in the blog. And then I'm using just a Sharpie to do some journaling there in a dark blue. And I added the camera in two places, in that circular embellishment that will go in the upper left-hand corner, and on that journal or label thing that I turned into journaling on the in the lower right. And so I'm doing my journaling about how it came to be that they were on Skype on these blue labels that came in the kit. And once I finish this, part of me feels like, this layout's done. But then I'm like, but it looks a little off balance to me. And I was watching someone do a process video the other day, and I wish I could remember her name, but I will link her below. You guys should go check her out. She does, I don't know, she did like 25 layouts for the February Studio Calico kit. I mean, I don't know how many add-ons or whatever she got, but yeah, so she does a lot of process videos, and she said, and I thought this was so relevant and so true, is if you don't like a layout, just keep adding stuff to it, and eventually you'll get to the point where you like it. And that is so what I do. I just keep adding something to it until I like it. So I had all these wood veneer in these speech bubbles, so I thought, I don't use speech bubbles all that often, and so finding layouts to use all these would have been a bit challenging. So I thought that I would just use them to create kind of a wood veneer diagonal line across my layout here. And so I put some of them up on foam adhesive, and some of them are just glued with Tombow Mono Multi Glue directly down onto the page. And it loses that star border a bit that I put on there, but there's still enough of it showing. You still get a peak of it enough that those other orange stars that I added to the layout, the resin stars, don't look completely out of place. So, like, where did the stars come from? So looking at this, there's just one more piece that I added after I was finished filming. That bottom right hand side, no, I don't know my left and from my right sometimes. My the bottom left hand side there looked a little plain to me, so I just took one of those larger wood veneer things from Studio Calico, the plaques, you know, that they had like words and things on it, and I took the one that had a video camera or just a camera that said smile, and I pasted that one down in that lower left hand corner. I'm gonna put like labels on my computer. This is your left and this is your right because off the top of my head, I have trouble with that. So that is the layout for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys creating on YouTube. And I'll talk to you next time. Take care. Bye.